Alright guys, welcome back to the channel once again. And in the previous video we saw we created the login page and sign up page, and we created our authentication part with the Firebase, and we make our user logged in that time, and also we register our user, like we created new user from there and we authenticated the user. Those things we did in the last video. And today we're going to be talking about the chat part, how we can make the communication between two users. So I have already done little bit UI part for that. Like it would be taking time on the while recording, so that's why I have completed the UI part. But the functionality we're gonna be doing into this video, like this is the basic UI I have done for the chat, and whatever I will type inside this one, so it's gonna be loaded over here like this, and what the next user will come. So we can search the user as well. Let's type full name. So you can see like user is coming over here. If you select this user, so user will come over here, and after that you can start your conversation with that user. And before that you can just disable this page, or you can disappear this page, so it will won't show anything and you won't be able to type anything. And after just clicking on that user, you will see the user has been arrived. So this is your receiver user, and the user you have already logged in, that gonna be your sender. Like you are the sender right now, and you will send the message to the receiver, and the same this user will do. So he will also create the same kind of thing with you as well. So that kind of scenario we're going to be try creating. And once he will send the message, so it will load on this side, and once you will send any kind of message from here, so it will load on this side. And we're going to also map these all these detail on the basis of date and time. Okay, so we will order all the chats on the base of time, like when the chat was created. So that we're gonna do. So let's move to the code part, and let me just quickly show you how I just did all these things, like normal things. So you can see these are the some states that I have, and this is the UI part. You can see. Also, you can get this code on the GitHub. I have already added this link into the description as well, GitHub. So you can just clone this repository from there, and you can just start looking at that, like how the functionality is working. Okay, so let me go through with the state as well. So you can see name, set name. So this thing I have put the like receiver name, and also I have added the receiver over here, like receiver details gonna be coming over here. All users, the user list with the name we will search, so that will come into this state. And input change, like whatever the chat input change you will do over there, so that gonna be coming into this state. Okay, so this is the function, where we're gonna be searching the user. So like whatever the input field, you will make the changes into this input field, and it will automatically make the query for searching the user, and it will set the state for you into the set all users. You can see I'm setting over here. So but I'm filtering all the users from there, and after that I'm just filtering this, what is the current user you have, like your email ID, so that I'm just avoiding over here, that should not come into the list, because you won't be just sending the message to yourself, because we can also create that scenario. Like you will create your own group where you will just send the message, and it will load only for you, not for other people. So that also you can do, but I'm avoiding that. I'm just putting for only different users apart from this center part. Okay, so after that, like these are the submit chat, like whatever the input change you will do over here. So I have just created this input field, so you can see I'm just setting directly over here, and whenever I call or do the submit event, so it will automatically directly call this function, and it will just send all the chats in, set all the chats over here. So whether setting all the chats over here, what I will do, I will set the I'll create one function over here into the context provider. So let's create one function over here for sending the chat to receiver. Okay, so NFN, so this is the send message. Okay, send messages. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put message over here, receiver, I think receiver, and sender I have already over here, because sender detail is already set in over here, like user data, set user data, so that I can get it over here. Okay, so let's create the chat ID, because we need to create one chat over here. So just get the chat ID, post chat. So let me tell you about that one, how we gonna save these data into the Firebase. So whenever more than one member, like two member or three members, make the conversation between themselves. So this kind of thing, create one chat room, inside that room the different kind of people are talking to each other. So first we need to create one room for those user, and all the most messages is gonna be saved into that room. So whenever we will fetch all the messages, so we just need to provide the chat ID, and it will get all the messages for the chat room, and it will just throw it to us. So we don't need to just fetch the message into the list. We will just get the list of all the data from the chat room. Okay, so we will create some kind of scenario over there that will help us to create the chat room with the ID, and that unique ID will match with your concatenation of the string of message ID and receiver ID, sender ID and receiver ID. Okay, so that scenario will be verification. So what I will do over here, so user data dot UID, if user data dot UID is greater than receiver dot UID. Okay, so we can directly put receiver over here because I'm just going to send the receiver ID into this one. So we can just create it receiver ID and receiver ID. So what we will do, we'll do user data dot UID. So if you don't know about this question mark, so I'm just doing optional chaining. So this is the new feature into the JavaScript recently came. So this one you can use like if you are you have multiple chaining of in chaining into the object, like multiple children into the object, and you don't know somewhere like is this value exist over there or not. So what you can do optional chaining, so it will automatically check that if data is not there, so that cannot be undefined. So it will avoid to break your pages at the runtime. Okay, so it will get you data undefined, and it will just move the condition to the into the else. So you can just read about the optional chaining. Otherwise, I have already created on video on this one earlier, so you can check my video there. UID plus, and after that you can do receiver ID. Okay, else you can do receiver ID plus user data dot UID. Okay, this should be user data. Okay, so that we're gonna do, so this is will create our chat ID. Okay, let's create the one reference for doc ref equals to doc. After that just create db you have. After that just create one chats and just put the chat id. Okay, so this is gonna be our doc ref, and after that const save chat equals to chat doc ref. Okay, set docs, set doc ref, comma, and whatever the data you want to pass into this one. So I'm just going to pass member one, member 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 one equals to always gonna be setter. So user data dot UID, comma, member two gonna be your send receiver ID. Okay, so this will create your chat room, and inside that your chat room gonna be created. Now we need to save all the messages inside that chat room. So how we gonna do that? Just go over here and just do const message ref equals to collection. Inside the doc you can create message. Okay, and message, and after that just go over here, const messages equals to set doc message ref, comma, and after that you can just save the data like this. So what we can put over here, message okay, equals to your whatever the message you have, and after that just you need to do created at created at. So you can put the created at over here like this, date, current date, whatever the current date is, And after that, member, you already have member, so you don't need to put anything. So your message is going to be saved like this and created. Make sure you have to put the created it over there. Okay, so that's you need to do. And after that, everything going to be successful. So we just do console.log message. Okay, and send message. So just get this function from here, send messages, and just put it over here. I make sure it should be promisable. So just do async, not over here. Async, okay, and just put the await when we are saving the data. Set dog. Okay, set up. Okay, so why I did collection over here and why I did doc over here. So let me tell you, whenever you have already you have some defined ID and you want to save the data into the Firebase, so you need to create the doc because collection gonna be over here. Like this is your chat collection, and here you are saving the data. When you don't have any kind of, you need to do add doc over here now. Add doc. Okay, so and whenever you don't know like what gonna be ID for that new data you are adding without any ID, so you need to do collection doc message. So you are just creating word collection query over here, reference over here, and after that inside that you just need to do add doc, and inside that just send the message, so it will automatically create one ID for you. Okay, I hope you got it. So you can read the docs as well if you just want to have some clarity about this Firebase queries. So you can just go into that, go over there and just read the docs and you will get the clarity. Just go into the dashboard now and copy this, just copy this function from here. Control C and just paste it over here where I was importing. So Control V. Okay, set message. And now whatever I'm gonna type, so just do over here send messages and just put your message. So what your message gonna be? So a message gonna be like this input change gonna be my message, input change and comma, and after that I need to put the receiver ID. So just go to receiver dot uid. Okay, and let's see like how it is working. It's working or not. Let's first check this out. Okay, so just reload the page. Okay, and after that just search for user Abhishek. I got this user. Okay, so now I have, once I click on this, user gonna be setting up over here. Let's type some message. Okay, and let's see what it is showing. So it says end dot index of is not a function. Index of is not a function. Let's see the Firebase. The collection has been created or not. Console test. Okay, let me check it. Okay, this was not your app, I think. Firestore database. Two users are there, but I think chat is not created. So let me just check why it's not get created. Alright guys, so issue has been resolved. The issue was coming from, so earlier when I was saving the user data, so that data I was not saving, like user ID was not saving into the collection, or I was trying to get the user ID from there. So that's why it was not working properly. So now I have added the user ID over here, and then I just reset the collection, and after that I created two users over there. So we need to just replace everywhere user ID apart from sending the UID. Okay, so just make it user underscore ID, and let me check like where we are also sending. Okay, so just go into the context provider as well. Okay, user UID apart from user, not over here. This is incorrect, so we have to find that function. So over here, user data dot uid. So apart from user data dot uid, just make it user underscore id, and let's let's check this out. Yeah, yeah. So let's check this out. It's working or not. Okay. So I have already done this one, and just uncomment this one as well, and let's just try to send some messages over here. Reload the page. So you can see when I'm reloading the page, I'm receiving the user over here, authenticated user. You can see authenticated user details. Okay, let's check this out. One, so I got this user. Let's send the message and send. So I send the message. Let's see the query gone. Uncaught in promises, Firebase extension collection reference, document reference. Uncaught in promises, Firebase error expected first argument to collection to be collection reference, a document reference. Okay, So I think we did some mistake over there into the creating. Let's check this out. Chat is coming up. So you can see our chat ID is coming, and the member and member two also coming, but it's not added the message collection inside that chat. So that we have missed. So we need to check like why it's behaving like that. We should not do that. Okay, so just check this one. So we have done this DB collection chat ID. So chat ID is correct, I think. Yeah, this is the document we need. And after that, doc ref, we use that doc ref. Okay. So apart from that, we just need to put over here doc ref. Okay. Apart from putting doc, so I did mistake over here. Let's go and reload that and just try to first that. So we need to we are searching again and again because I haven't saved the user. Like, or with user you have already made the connection and it should be saved into here. So it should be coming over here list. So I'm just making the conversation between the two user. But yeah, you can do like you can save this user as well with the this user, like these are the user that already. And also we can fetch this user with the chat room, like how many chats you have already created, so you can get it like that. Okay, just to send, and let's check this out. I think it's working. It worked, I think. So let's go over here, reload the page. Let's see our chat and messages are coming into the database or not. So if we go inside this chat, and you can see the message collection is coming over here, and after that you will see one message ID. So this is the message ID, and after that you can see I'm getting the timestamp created it and message whatever I was sending. Okay, if I try to send more data, okay, let's see, send more data, you will see I got the more messages over here. Okay, so same we will do from the different side as well. I'm just going to do another window in incognito mode. Okay, just let me open the localhost 3000 slash login. Okay, and I'm going to log in with that user, p1@mail.com, and after 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, and sign in. So I came over here. Let's search that user because that is the user. Okay, and now let's send the message. Okay, if I will send this message, so that will also go into that chat ID that I have created over there, because the way we have sent the message into that chat ID, so it will automatically fetch that chat ID and a message will go over there. So both side the conversation is happening. Now what we need to do, we need to fetch this data from there, and we need to parse all the messages over there into that chat. So let's do that. So get list of messages. So just create one function, const get list of messages. Okay, and do async. Oh, okay, we need to send the receiver ID always. Just make sure, because without receiver ID you can't search anything. And just copy this part from here and paste it down over here. Okay, because we need the chat ID, and this is our way to create the chat ID. Okay, and get list of messages, just pass this function over here, get list of messages. Okay, and just what we need to do now was just we need to create the reference. So document reference doc ref equals to collection. So collection, not we have to just go doc and doc into that doc, just do db comma chats. Okay, so you just copy this doc over here because it's gonna be same. Okay, control D and just do it over here like this, chat ID, and after that just make another ref. So message ref or messages equals to. So we need to do collection. Inside that collection, we need to put this chat doc ref, I think. Yeah, and inside that just put where order by. Inside that order by function, just put created at. Okay, let's just check this created at. What was that? key that we have put into the message. Not this one. Where is that? Yeah, over here. So just do this. Created at, control V created at, and just put over here ASC. Okay. So doc ref, and after that we need to put the collection name. So just comma, collection name. What is that collection name? We haven't put that message. Okay, this one. So just put it over here, message, and just do query. So this is your query, not this one. So just control remove this one from here, and just make this query. So just do this comma like this, and just make this query because we need to make a query for that, and after that just get docs. Okay, so just do cons message docs equals to get docs. Okay, get docs, and inside the docs set to message ref. Okay, and just do messages docs dot for each, control Z for each. Okay, and message equals to console, control Z, console.log all message. Okay, so all the message is gonna be print over here, and this await just came because we haven't put the await over here, so we need to put the await. Okay, while fetching the data, and let's do this. Let's just trigger this function from here. So just go over here, you go into the dashboard page. Whenever you are selecting the user from the list, so just whenever you click on that list, so make sure this function should be called. Okay, so whenever you are setting up your receiver, so just create one function over here for setting up receiver. So nfn handle set receiver, handle set receiver. Okay, and receiver details. Okay, apart from third, just import that function over here. Inside that function, just put it over here. Okay, control V, get list of messages. Inside that, just do receiver details dot user ID. Okay, and just copy this one. And what we're gonna do? So we're gonna just where we were putting our receiver. So there it is. So just replace this one over here and just handle set receiver. Just do this. Set receiver user details. I think so. Receiver details. Okay. Sorry. So receiver details. Okay. So this is gonna set your receiver, and this will get the query of your all the messages. Okay. Cons messages equals to await. Just put the await. Make this function as a async. We're gonna be using the promises over there because till then it will load our data. So just make it async await, and we need to return some data over there from here. So what we need to do, just create one empty array over here. So data equals to empty, and inside that all the messages we're gonna be passing. So data dot push, inside that message dot data. Okay, so we need to do this. Okay, so this will structurize our data into the JSON format, and all the messages gonna be coming over here into the ordered format. Okay, now we need to do promises. So just make sure it should be return the data return new promise from here, and resolve comma reject. So so let me tell you about little bit promises, how promises works. So async, okay. So you don't need to make async this function because we have already made this function as a async because we have used the promises. Okay, so let me tell you about the promises. So there's not much difference between async event and promises. What the promise is that whenever you are running any kind of a script inside the promises, so that will execute that all the details, and you need to pass some resolution into that. So the resolution and reject you are passing. So reject means you need to pass the error into that, whatever the error you will receive from that, if anything goes wrong inside that script, so you need to pass the error into that. And if you know, like, this would be your always gonna be resolve. Okay, and I just pass this data and it will throw me the success response. And if you know, like, something you are coming inside the dot catch method or error, something you will receive at some point, so you need to pass that thing into the reject. Okay, if you receive any kind of that, so that we're gonna do. Or you can make the if else condition. If you have the data dot length, then you will resolve it, otherwise you can reject it. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. You can do it later. So later in the next video, I will tell you about the little bit more about the promises, how to make promises chain as well. Okay, so I got the messages over here, and let's do console log messages, comma, my all messages. Okay, let's reload the page. Okay, inspect element. So on click of user, I need to find all the messages. Okay, so I've already logged in over here. Let me just find the user. Okay, so I got the user. Now it should load all the messages for me. So you can see I'm receiving all the messages over here in one shot. Okay, all are ordered already. So I don't just, what I do need to do, I just need to set all the messages over here inside the chat. So what I'm going to do, just set chats. Okay, inside that chat, I'm just going to put dot messages. So I'm just going to put one condition over here. If messages dot length, okay, then this set chat's gonna be executed. Okay, and now let's see this how it works. Agree. Okay, let's see this. So you can see all the chats are coming, but we don't know, like, which chats for the member and which chat is for the member one and which chat is for the member two. So we didn't do that, and we also don't know, like, how it's gonna work. For that, what we can do, we can find it by, like, if your member ID is matching with your current user ID, then it should be on right side always. And if your member ID is not matching with your current user ID, like in which account you are in, so that should go be into the left side. So let's make this. So let's check the object data, like how your object data looks like. So you can see I'm receiving message and what do we say, message and created it. Oh, so I also need to add the member details as well. So same member details like which we put into the chat. So just same member details should we should also put into this over here. And now then we will create the chat. So let's delete all the chats from the Firebase. So just go into the Firebase and just remove all the chats from there. So I'm just going to remove this, delete collection, and just message. Okay, and delete it. Okay, just go into this function. And also, like, so whenever we will hit any message, so it should also, we will need to call update our UI as well with the current chat. We're gonna be just calling this function again and setting all the chats. So just create one function over here, nfn get all chats data. Okay, and just make this function async, and just copy this whole code from here, control X and control V, and just copy this function from here and just call this function over here, control V, and receiver details, and receiver details over here as well. Okay, so that's it we need to do. And also same thing we're going to be doing over here as well. we need to do over here as well. So what is the receiver details now? So just whenever you submit the chat, so make sure your one more query is also going on over there. Chat data with the receiver details. Okay, and let's try this part now. So receiver details is not defined at line number 38, 31. 38 number receiver details is not defined because we need to just do receiver over here. Is it fine? I hope so. Let's check this out. Okay. So just you can see my plate is empty right now. So search the user coming, user receive. Okay, just go over here, type something, type something, type something, type something, something, something. Okay, so it's going into the left side. So we will set it up. Now go over here, just search the user Abhi. Okay, I received that, and also you can see I'm retrieving all the chat because that messages was sent by this user to this user. Like this is user Abhi, this user is Abhi1, and this user is Abhi. Okay, so you can see it's this user is sending message to Abhi1, and this user is sending message to Abhi. Okay, we'll create some more user and we'll see like how it works. Okay, so let's send this message from this side. Okay, so you can see my chat is UI is updating, but it's not scrollable, so that's why. So we'll make this scrollable as well. Now we need to differentiate which user is which one and which user is which one. So what is your chats and what is this different user chat? So we're gonna be checking that thing by this member1 and member2 ID. Okay, just go over here and you need to check like this. If you are the user, so it should be on. So I have put over here chat.sender, but remove that chat sender. If member1 chat dot member1 equals to user equals to user data dot user ID, then it's gonna be user data dot user ID. So it's gonna be margin left auto, otherwise it's gonna be margin right auto. Okay, and let's check this out. So you can see our chat has been listed. So this user sent all this user. So let me just quickly show you. Okay, was this user details are not coming. Let's check this out again. V1 okay, I got this user. So you can see all the chats are loading over here. Okay, so let's what we can do, just make it scrollable little bit. So which screen we're gonna be making it scrollable, just hover over this one. So UL, this UL is there. So just overflow auto. Okay, let's make this. Okay, so the whole screen is getting scrollable, but we need to make this only this thing scrollable. So overflow auto. Okay, now you can see it's scrollable. Okay, so just go over there into the app, and over here we make the URL. Just go over here, just put overflow auto. Okay, now it's sorted. Okay, let's set the message from this side then. Okay, I sent one message to this user. Okay, just send it. It's not going. Went. Okay, 4 messages I sent. Now go this side. Uh, Reload the page. So Abhi, search for Abhi. Abhi, search for Abhi. Abhi came. So you can see I received some messages from there. Now type hi bro. Okay, to fetch the details. Okay, so I think it's there is some issues happening from this side because message is not updating into the database and it's taking time over here. So what we can do, make async await, async, and put the await over here. Okay, and then this user call will go. Okay, so just go into the context provider and we're gonna be putting this thing as well into the promises. So just return new promise, and inside this promise just do REs and REJ, and just go over here, and when our last message thing will be finished, then we will make it resolve. Okay, so we will make it resolve over here, RES and over here I'll just put the messages. Okay, so when this script will execute successfully, then this will be resolved, and otherwise it will be just remove this one. We don't need that. Okay, now let's try this one. So reload the page and just search for Abhi. We search the Abhi. So you can see I received the data. Now I hello bro. If I send it, okay, so it's sent. So just go over here. So I have sent the two messages over here. Now just go over here, search for Abhi one. Okay, just click on it, and you can see I received two messages now. Hi man, how are you? Okay, so you can see it's message sent. Hi man, how are you? Now go over here and just click on this. So you can see, hi man, how are you? I have received. Now just send one more time. So you can see it's came. Now go over here, reload this. You can reload, like we can put on the reload as well. Once we will receive all the data and we can put it over. Hi man, how are you? So you can see that's how you can create the chat application. So I'm not going to make this video so much longer. So I just it was my just perspective to show you like how the chat application works and how we can create the conversation between two users. So these are the two different users, and this is how we can create the chat application. But other functionality like data is not updating and all the things. So you can just do all the scenarios by yourself. This is your like you can put some mind into that. So how you can structurize all the things, because that thing will take little time. Like you can just fix this user always. Like last time you chat with this user, so you can just query the database and just get all the details, and you can save this to user. So when you click on that, so you will automatically date, or otherwise this user is already active, so you can save like last chat with whom I did the last chat. So you can also save that detail into your local storage somewhere, and once you reload the page, it will automatically get that what was the last chat ID and with whom I did the last so that you can just directly reload the page and you can get all the chats over here. So that's how it will work. So it's not a big deal. It's very easy to work on that, and it's very easy to understand. So I will push this code to GitHub and then update the link into the description, so you can just copy that thing and you can just clone it and try to understand the code like how I have written. Otherwise, not much difference into that. And also I will remove the details from here. So you can see it's coming from the env. So this is my env file where I have put all the details. So these are my details. So I'm just going to delete this Firebase app from here. So later, like no one. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching, and let me know into the comment section how you like this video. And if you have any doubt, any query about this, then just let me know. Thank you so much. Bye bye.